Hello everyone, this is Josh Explain Place, and today we'll continue to grow and expand our city of Houstonville in Cities Skylines 2 in this episode 7. Let's try to figure out what kind of trouble we can get into in this nice little town. Let's begin. As you can remember from our last episode, episode 6, we were able to build this really nice bus station and we created lines. We created basically an X, and each of the little lines connects into this bus station, even lines that are going outside the city. Something that I hadn't noticed is that we place the taxi stand very close by, and all these people, but there's 132 people waiting for a taxi. I think it's time to build a new one. But there was a little patch that was released today, so we'll see if that improves the game in terms of these ones that say not enough customers. Apparently it did. You just need to let the game run a little bit, so that will be it. We did make our city larger. We bought a couple of tiles, as you can see here, and so what we are gonna do next, now that we have full demand for high density residential, what we're going to focus on is in rezoning all of these to make it high density, and hopefully it will start growing like our cities do in our not so old downtowns that were upgraded into having high rises, and I think that's what's going to work really well here. We also might want to see how else we're going to deal with this exit, and I think we're going to continue the grid maybe 1 or 2 blocks more, and then we'll make this road end up here and this one end up here. Again, one-way roads. I think that's going to work really well. It's raining now. Again, we have lowered the settings, but it's still raining and it looks nice. The atmosphere is really nice. It really makes you wish that you could visit this little city. So let me pause the game really quick. Again, we are close, but not that close to Great Town. Once we unlock Great Town, we're gonna get more money and the high density business zones, commercial zones. So we'll see how that works. So let me zone this with just regular high density housing. I think that's gonna be great. And let me just demolish all the other buildings. And well, we are seeing these really cool, really huge tall buildings here in downtown Houstonville. I think this is gonna be great, and we need to let these buildings keep growing. Now we have the signature building, the Iron Press building, so we'll see where we can build that. And that's looking great. Now we have no more demand for high density. I think we have more than enough here, and that's as much as we are gonna zone for high density. It is asking for low density, and low density is what we need to add here. So give me just a little bit so I can add some more low density in here. Okay, that is looking rather nice. We have this police station here. I think I'm gonna move it, and I'm still gonna place it here because I do wanna add another of these large sports park. And we have the soccer field and the community pool. I wish there was a, yeah, we don't have any, at least in here, a baseball stadium, but I think this will do nice, the soccer field. And we can place it here. And that is gonna be good enough. The only other thing we can do is draw some walkways. So let me do that really quick. Well, we can call this a park, and maybe I think the only thing that we need here might be a medium parking. That's too big. Let's just do a small one here in the corner. And again, let's make sure that there's no parking fees, and same thing on this one. Yeah, we forgot, so we'll do that. And I think that is gonna be great. Now there are things that they are asking from us. And first of all, I am gonna delete this parking lot, and I am gonna zone this with office zones. Let's see how well that develops. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of time to see how well we can fix this. And again, just having this go maybe 1-2 more blocks here, and same thing, 1 and 2 more blocks, maybe even 3. So let's pause the game, let's make that work, and let's see how it's gonna work. And I think this is gonna work well enough. So let's try to see what we can do. Let's put some commercial here. Yeah, let's do some commercial. And yeah, let's do a little bit more commercial here and here. And I think this is gonna look really, really cool. And now we unlock the Streamline Diner. So maybe we can place that one here by the plaza. I think that's gonna be something nice to place. So let's see. The Streamline Diner, there you go. By the old highway. And I think that's gonna be great. We might wanna add some, maybe a roundabout or 2, but I think that's gonna work well. Let's see, maybe these people can have stop sign. I think everybody gets a stop sign, and I don't like that. So I think that should be fine. I think for now that should be fine. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I think traffic's still gonna be okay. We have this other exit ramp, which I think is gonna work okay. So right now what I'm gonna do, since we've been having a lot of demand for commercial, well, first of all, let me add some more office space in here. And what we are gonna have to do is, number one, I think we're gonna relocate the transformer station to put it here. Let's just draw a regular road. And that way we have, let's make sure that this is not gonna mess up anything. This is gonna be good enough. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. This is gonna work well for now. And as you can see, everything's getting built here. Again, it's difficult to understand why, if there's high density residential, people don't want to move there. I mean, I get it, but I think it still should be an option that all this demand can go into the high density areas, which we don't have that many here. And I think I'm only for this, I'm gonna take off these 3 zones and I'm gonna change it to medium density housing, and we'll see how that goes. I'm also, let's see what they're complaining about, traffic jam. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to do big roundabouts. Let's see. And the issue is that there's a lot of traffic going this way. So let's add another roundabout here. And let's take a look and see if it works or not. And I guess I'm a little bit proud at the fact that we have a traffic issue here. I love it that we finally get to have that. Let me just zone this for office. I completely love it. Maybe we can make this into a 3-lane road. So that's gonna be that, here, here, and here. And let's see how it goes.
Or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and
so that moved traffic really well. I just think we need to change a couple of things. First of all, there should be no traffic light here, no traffic light in this corner, and neither on this corner. Let's take it out. There you go. These people have a yield sign, which is perfect because this one-way street should have the right of way. I don't like the fact that people are using this back street. That's not what I intended it to be, but again, the game doesn't care what you think. The game is gonna do whatever it thinks will work. And we were able to figure out this traffic jam. I think it's great. The only other thing that I might want to do is just to keep this road being a one-way street and kind of try to make it meet here, or maybe by the river. I don't know if that's going to be a bit too much. I don't know how realistic that is, but we'll see. There's no issues with electricity, which I am glad. There's a lot of people complaining about high rent maybe, or collapse. Again, I don't know why, but let's try to figure out why people are not happy in here. And let's see, let's take a look at healthcare. I think healthcare is working well. We might want to put a little clinic here, but we'll see. Fire, maybe we can add a fire watchtower here. I think that's gonna help. And also let's add another emergency center right by it. and another one here too, and one more. Let's put it here, close to this high density area. We're gonna have to build a couple more, but at least for right now that should be it. Let's just demolish these couple of buildings. Okay, and that should be fine. There's people here waiting for an ambulance. So what we're gonna do is let's add the ambulance depot. That way there's more ambulances here. In here we should have enough, so I guess this is just to help this one. And so give me just a little bit of time so that I can add more industrial zone here. That way we can try to fill this need. And I think this is gonna work really well. And we still have a little bit more demand for office, but let me see if this, yeah, I think this would be a great place for a large plaza if it fits. It doesn't, it does fit. Let's put it in here. There you go. I think that's gonna work really well. And let's add some office zone here and here, and we're gonna move this parking lot here, and we are gonna put a walkway, and I think this is gonna start growing nicely. We have 2 more buildings, very nicely detailed. We can almost see people inside. That's wonderful, that's great. And there's another one growing in there. It's already grown, so this is looking rather nice. And this is gonna be great, just great. There you go. There's something going on here. There's a fire, but thankfully it's already been taken care of. Hopefully, nope. So hopefully that can get taken care of. Let's see what we have for fire and where it's at. So I think we're gonna need another fire station on this side, so let's put it next to the police station. So that's great. I think the next thing that we actually need to do is to unlock the fire station and the helicopter. Let's see how that's gonna work. Yeah, we can unlock the helicopter depot, which I think is gonna be great. And this city is really looking really nice. I think we created a really cool city. There's no more traffic here, which is cool. Let me see if I can put some, if I can do the grass on each side. It's not gonna let me. At least the trees. Yeah, that's weird. That's something that hopefully they can fix. There's no reason why it can have some trees in here. So that is nice. Let's see where else we need parking. I think we're fine with parking here and in here, and definitely here there's way more than enough. So now we need to add more residential. So let me add more residential here, and we will be back. And I unfortunately made the mistake of zoning this in medium density. That's why it was not growing. Also, I did add a little bit more of detail into this neighborhood, into this subdivision. A little bit more curves, and I still have to finish this. But I just wanted to show you how we can have some different type of shapes in our subdivisions, even little ones like in here. I still have no idea why these people keep having this as abandoned. I guess the only other thing would be, there you go, I think we need an elementary school, and we're gonna place it here, and this should help everybody else. And I think we're still fine with high school and college. I think we should be fine. But let's see how well this little subdivision grows. So I think this is gonna work really well. Let's try to just demolish these ones here. And let's see if this one has any issues. There's enough vehicles in use. I wanna see where we place the crematorium. We placed it here. Vehicles is the same. Vehicles in use, there's no vehicles in use for the hospital. See, they're waiting for hers, so we'll see how that goes. If that's the case, then that's part of the issues with the game, because I mean, we have enough vehicles, enough yeah, everybody's waiting for hers, and there's 15 vehicles. There's everything staffed, so I don't know what the issue is. And we also have the crematorium here, which we might move. We could move it here or somewhere here, and I think that would be, or maybe just here, a better option for that. So let's see what else we can accomplish in here. And now we have a couple more buildings. This is looking just great. This is what I wanted basically, which is what, again, for me, I'm trying to build a city that's like a city that I actually live in, or that I've lived at, or that I see when I travel here in Texas, specifically in Texas. And most of the cities here in Texas have their downtown be upgraded. For example, Dallas and Houston and Austin, from low density residential, industrial and commercial into high density zones. So basically that's how you have all these skylines that are in these cities that are mostly concentrated with tall buildings in the downtown area, which is where the town was originally established. So that's why sometimes that's what happens in here. So everything's looking rather nice, and I think this is working really well. I am gonna leave these power lines here. I think that looks really cool with these two roads. I think that's working really well. We were able to eliminate all the traffic that was here by just simple things such as doing one-way roads the right way and deleting some of the lights, and that helped a lot, as well as roundabouts. Yes, roundabouts are not as common in Texas. They're being used a little bit more, but again, this is a game, and I think we can adapt the game to what our needs are. So now we're in winter, as you can see. That's why it's looking rather different. We are still in big town, and we are still having issues with hearses in here. So let's see if we might want to add another cemetery. That's a lot of money spent, but I think this is the biggest deal with these people waiting for a hearse. They're in neutral, so they're complaining about healthcare, and I do think that yes, that's what we should do next. So let's add just a medical clinic, and we're gonna add it here. That should help, hopefully. So let's delete these other buildings.
You must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local.
And this little subdivision is looking rather nice. I think it's looking really nice, really cool. And if you live here, you actually are able to see those nice high rises right over there. I think this is a perfect example of this, how great this game looks, how better City Skylines is in terms of the size of things. Things are, yeah, they're far away, but those high rises are huge and they look just amazing. And the more we fill out, the better they are gonna look. And as such, I think it is time for us to end our episode 7 here. I think that although we didn't do as much, we did grew our residential area here. We still need to finish it here once we are able to unlock more tiles. Again, we don't want to use these ones just in case something happens. Everything is going well. We built a new elementary school, which was very needed in here. We built a medical clinic, which is, I think, the issue that these people are complaining about. Let's see if they need maybe a mailbox. We'll add one here, one here, and one right here, and I think we should add another one in this area here, and maybe here. There you go. And I think telecom, we are doing fine for now. Whenever the time arises, I think we're gonna have to build another one of these very large ones, but in the meantime it should be fine. In terms of taxis, because I think taxis it's very used, as you can see here, even though our buses are going great, they're doing really well, and that's what we are going to focus on our next step. So again, we are growing our city nicely, and as such I think we are doing great with our city. So once again, I do want to thank you for watching and liking this video. If you have any comments or suggestions as to where we should take this city, please leave them in the comment section. Also, thank you for subscribing to this channel. We're growing little by little, steady, but with hard work we are growing. As always, stay safe until next episode. Thank you.